The 4th of November, 4:21 p.m. Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. It really is all over. Did I sacrifice too much? Mrs. Naruhodo! I really must congratulate you. It was truly splendid performance. Honestly, I couldn't be happier for you. Oh, thank you very much. I really couldn't have done it without you at my side, though, through it all, Mrs. Sato. Oh. Your kind words mean so much to me. It really was a very splendid show, that, Naruhodo. I'd have thought you'd be smiling from ear to ear, but you look rather glum. Well, of course I'm delighted about the verdict. But in exposing the truth, I'm afraid I've caused my client a great deal of pain. Only not sure that's what a lawyer ought to be doing. Oh well, in that case, I'm quite sure that when you see Lord Van Zeek's smiling face, everything will seem much better. He's looking at his ass. Mrs. Sato? Everything seems worse. He has a face like thunder. Oh dear, I really shouldn't have presumed. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. Almost a year it's been now, since I first encountered you here in the very courthouse. For you to have risen in the level of excellence you demonstrated today, well, it's quite remarkable. But I exposed the most unpalatable truth you could ever have imagined in court today. I feel as though I robbed you of something you've held so dear. What was it he said? To fight those who dwell in the darkness requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. Huh? But that was just the feeble excuse of a coward. Only those with a steadfast eye for the truth have what it takes to fight the dark forces of crime. You made fine work of establishing that fact in court today. Oh. Well, thank you. What magnanimous words. I'm quite sure that Kazuma-sama would have a smile on his face at the very moment if he were here. Kazuma. He does not either. Mrs. Sato? There's another face like thunder here. Oh my! He really was here. Lord Van Zeeks. Allow me to congratulate you on your acquittal. Congratulate me, or curse me. You're to bring down the Reaper. Are you an apology? No, it is I who should apologize. Your father, Genshin. If I had been stronger, then perhaps I made an unforgivable error of judgment. I offered no excuse. I offer no forgiveness. That said, suppose you fought for justice and the truth. For that at least, I can't withhold respect. Your words mean more to me than you can know. I will hold them dear. Kazuma-sama! I must say, there's one thing that's still bothering me. What's that? The will that Lord, Clint Van Zeeks wrote for the duel with my father. Ryunosuke is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final two wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I confess my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Flint von Zeeks. What can the second of his final wishes have been? That your father agreed to honor, you mean? I think perhaps I might be able to shed some light on that. What? Father? It was 10 years ago, as you know. The day before the execution was scheduled. I went to the prison to say my farewells to Genshin. Why aren't you putting up more of a fight, Genshin? If you only agreed to it, Shishiro and I would gladly petition the government. We've been through this already. You don't need to worry about me. Anyway, Eugene, I have a favor to ask of you. Something of great importance. You're one of my greatest friends, Genshin. Whatever it is, consider it done. I'm going to tell you an address. I need you to go there at once, in secret and telling no one. You should find the Lady of the Jettree in hiding there. The Lady of the Jettree? She's not in a good way. She's with child. The birth is imminent. As a medical man, I'd like you to attend to her. Please. You're her only hope. By any chance, that child yours, Genshin? Don't be daft. It's a favor that was asked of me by the man I knew, as his dying wish. My goodness. I swore to the man that I would help. That I would do whatever I could for his wife, his unborn child. If something should happen to me, I need to ask you that same favor. You're the only person I know that I could truly rely on. What did you say? If something should happen to you, tomorrow night, you're going to be... You never know, though, do you? What life will bring? Alright then. Tell me the address. I'll head there at once. With Shishiro and... No, not him. Pardon? This is a favor I'm asking of you, and only you, Eugene. Right, I see. Very well then. That very night, I caught a train from Paddington to, Dartmoor, in Devon. I found the old house, in the middle of nowhere it was. An old hunting hound lay asleep in the grounds. Poor woman was on the floor on the back of the darkened room. She was in mortal danger. I broke her waters to participate the labor before she weakened further. But it was a torturous birth. Did everything humanly possible for her and her child. And in the end, I was lucky enough to welcome a new life into the world. But tragically, my efforts to save the mother's life were in vain. I held the healthy newborn girl in my arms and wept for longer than I care to remember. Eventually, in something of a daze, I looked around the room There was precious little in it. An old travel trunk caught my eye. It had clearly been well looked after over the years. Made of top quality leather with fine stitching. But it was when I saw the emblem on the side of it that everything dropped into place. B for Bakersville. Bakersville? You mean the woman was the wife of Lord Clint Van Zeeks? That's right. The newborn was his daughter. But that makes no sense. Why on earth wouldn't Clint have entrusted the child to my care in that case? He's completely unaware that he even had a daughter. I suppose he didn't really have any choice? What? Well, your brother said that he confessed everything to his wife. So she must have been beside herself with worry for her child. If the true identity of the professor were ever to be made public, the girl would be forever branded as the daughter of the infamous mass murderer. Oh! So the only solution was to distance the young girl from the Van Zeeks family as much as possible. I don't believe it. I imagine that his final owner, Lord Clint Van Zeeks, made the obvious choice. He should have thought to himself, this Japanese man here is someone I can trust. I honored my promise to Genshin, of course. However, only a month later, I was summoned back to Japan. Without disclosing the parentage of the child, I couldn't obtain permission to take her with me. Oh, how awful. I was completely at a loss. In the end, I had to ask my great friend. I asked him if he would be a father to her. That being Mr. Shlomes, I presume. Yes. He took one look in my eyes and agreed to it on the spot. Mr. Shlomes? He has a heart of gold. Really, all it can be said that I did for the child was to give her a name. Oh? When I come to Britain, I was trying to escape from the grief of losing my darling wife. It was her name that I gave the little girl. Her wife's name? Professor Mikatoba. In other words, the name of my mother? Ayame Mikatoba. Oh! That's right. Ayame. Or in English, Iris. Iris? I had no idea! Ouch! Mr. Naruhodo, what's wrong? This little thing just pinched me on the behind through my trouser pocket. Hard. Oh, my dear fellows, can you hear me? Mr. Shlomes, is that you? Ouch! Yes, we can hear you! You see what excessive tugging can do? Let that be a lesson to you! Mr. Shlomes, we weren't able to thank you properly before, but you were simply marvelous. Your checkmate move was a stroke of genius. Indeed it was, wasn't it? I surpassed myself, I feel. It had become apparent to me that to stop the Lord Chief injustice would require such measures. No, Susie! Oh, Iris. Huh? Oh, I'm so pleased. What a wonderful outcome. Her Majesty Queen Vicky said she thought my special blend was delicious. Oh, I'm sure she did. After all, No one brews a more delicious tea than you do, Iris. Let's have a party to celebrate. And Mr. Reaper, you simply must come too. What? I'm afraid I couldn't. Reaper the Bailey. Busted by a 10-year-old girl again. No, really? Oh, Pooh. But I give you my word. I shall present myself at your residence in the near future to express my gratitude. Oh, how lovely. You promise now, I won't let you forget. Bye for now, then. Alright, Iris. Thank you all for your help earlier. Oh, that was nothing. Just come back home soon. Ah! Oh, one final pinch goodbye, was it? Well, I think I ought to be leaving. Lord Van Zeeks, would you care to accompany me? Certainly. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me once again to express my deep gratitude to you. I believe you saved my life. Wait, Lord Van Zeeks! Yes? What are you intending to do now? Well, certainly. I shall have to resign for the prosecutor's office. Oh no! I intend to publicize the full truth about the Professor case. Once that's done, the Van Zeek's name will be ostracized completely from London society. Surely not. So as soon as I am free from my employment, I shall leave the capital. Oh, I see. Don't be a fool. Are those the actions of a man once feared as the mighty Reaper the Bailey? I beg your pardon. For the past 10 years, you've endured this vicinum and been cast as one of the dark forces yourself. Now that you've finally been freed of this disrepute, your battle is just beginning, surely. Well, certainly never expected to hear those words from your lips. I waited a very long time to come to London. Now I'm properly here, I intend to learn all that I can. Anyway, bye for now. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kazuma Osaki. Seems as though he's really matured suddenly. He's not the only one who's matured, Mr. Naruhodo. Huh? Well, I think we should make our way to Baker Street. We must help Iris with tonight's dinner. We must! It was then that I came to an important decision about my future. The 4th of November, 6:25 p.m. Shlom's suite. I'm home! Ah! About time you get here! I've been waiting ages, you know? Where are you doing that? Colorful piece of history. It's a party, isn't it? It's gotta go off with a bang! I mean, fireworks, ideally. When you ain't got fire, smoke's the next best thing, ain't it? There's a girl on Fresno Street who could help you with that, I think. Right. I'll remember that. You don't have to reload that thing every time I speak. You really must hear this. It's quite the most extraordinary thing. I assure you will defy your expectations. Take down every detail now, Mikitoba. The world-famous great detective, regaling his partner with the tale of his adventure. Sight to behold. Would you care to hazard a guess? Where do you suppose the fiendish runaway had concealed himself? Would you believe? Inside the trunk I found abandoned in his cabin? I would believe it, yes. I say, Mikitoba, I detect not a hint of surprise. I wonder why that is, hmm? Maybe because I was there at the scene as well, Shlomes? What? You were? Then why the deuce didn't you say so before? Not quite the sight I was expecting to behold, but still. It's hard not to feel privileged to see it. Hello, Mr. Shlomes, Professor Mikitoba. Finally back from the Bailey. Not a moment too soon. A feast prepared by Iris and Miss Susato awaits. I must say, I haven't seen Susato looking so happy in a very long time. Ah, Runo! There you are! Dinner's on the table, everyone. Please do come and take a seat. Time to fill me boots! Goodness! Is that really true, Gina? Yep. I'm losing me cobblers, clobber, and I'm going back to what I knew best. It's a diver's life for me. You're really leaving the police force? But why, Genny? Well, boss ain't around no more, so... Oh. Anyway, no matter what and I try, that Reaper ain't never gonna accept diver turned dick, is he? Well, people can change, you know. Ah, yes, that reminds me. A rather thoughtful offered to relieve the bailiff of this now defunct piece of evidence. Huh? It's the inspector's pocket watch? And the crown has been reattached. The watch was his pride and joy, symbol of great achievements at Scotland Yard. For 10 years without fail, it measured every second in the man's remarkable career. But now, it stopped. Someone needs to keep the memory of Inspector Grayson's career alive. I take on the great responsibility of finding that watch every single day again. Yes, someone with an equally fierce detective spirit. It's gotta be me. There ain't no one else. Quite right. I mean, after all, the boss was... well, he was my boss. Yes, Kenny. Yes, he was. Oh yeah, I made a promise and all, didn't I, Iris? And I'd become a proper detective one day and track down your old man. Oh. Alright then, it's decided. I'll do it. And I swear. I'll find your dad and bring it in kicking and screaming. I'm not entirely sure that would be appropriate. Yes, I think, Gina, it might be best to, well, I think I'd like to forget that promise, Skinny. Eh? Iris? Well, obviously I've always wondered about who my real daddy is. Of course I have. Well, I know where I come from. I thought it might tell me something about myself. I caused such a lot of trouble trying to find out. So many people. Curly, Runo, Professor Mickey. Oh, No, not at all, my dear. Really, you owe no apologies to anyone. Well, anyway, I decided to give up on it, because I finally realized my daddy is the greatest in the world. I don't think it matters what his name is, where he's from. Don't you agree, Hurley? With every word, Iris. Thank you, Hurley. Thank you, Daddy. I think, Mikatoba. Yes, Shlomes? I think I ought to express my gratitude to you. Oh? For 6 years, you and I solved many a mystery together. And during that time, I remember countless expressions of gratitude for our good services. But a moment ago, I heard the most pleasing expression of gratitude of them all. I should never have experienced it, were it not for you. You old softy Shlomes. But I must confess, it's a weight off my mind to hear you say it. Well then, I think it calls for a lengthy violin recital, wouldn't you say? Oh well, the food would get cold. That's the only problem. Maybe next week, Hurley. Are you sure a week is long enough, Iris? Even amidst the most troubling of cases, even ruling for the most shocking of revelations, returning to the evening to this suite of rooms, there's always warmth and happiness to be had. The home of the world's greatest detective. My home too, with my greatest family. The 4th of November, 9:37 p.m. Naruhodo's legal counsel. This attic room has been my home and office for almost a year now. Certainly had some unforgettable experiences whilst I've lived here. I think now, the time has come. Time to bid this place farewell. Naruhodo! Oh, Professor! Are you alone? I didn't hear any sound from Sasato's room. Yes, Sasato-san went after dinner. She took a carriage. Something about important matter she needed to take care of? Ah, I see. I wanted to thank you for what you did earlier. Oh? With Iris, I mean. Such as her father came up. Or Clint Van Zeeks. I made up my mind many years ago never to tell her who her real father was. What was agreed with Genshin after all. Or Clint Van Zeek's final wish before he died. You mean? Yes, I had to take some rather drastic steps at times to protect that secret, you know? Calling Sasato back to Japan 6 months ago, for example. That's why? When I read Sasuke's san's report about his final days in London, my heart nearly stopped. You stumble across the crux of that terrible case, the dog's collar. The description of the Baskerville insignia left me in no doubt. Baskerville. You decided to investigate that insignia, sooner or later, you would have made the connection to Van Zeeks. To make matters worse, Sasato-san knew the unpublished story as well. A story that Iris had written based on my notes from the time. Oh yes, the Hound of the Bakersfields. Exactly. It was a work of fiction, but based on the grim reality of a huge beast of a dog being used as a murder weapon. A dog with a Baskerville family's emblem around its neck. Armed with those two clues, I feared you and Susato might arrive at the truth. So I invented a story about being collapsed to justify her leaving London and returning to Japan at once. All in aid of halting any investigations you and she might have contemplated. I see. What I never understood is why Susato-san came across the manuscript in Japan, though. You know, Iris is the Hound of Bakersville story, I mean. Shalom sent it to me. That was before Susato left Japan. He was very troubled about what should be done with it, you see. I read it and carelessly left it on my desk. This is where Susato came across it, of course. Ah! It was the only case Shlomes and I ever pursued that I didn't record in meticulous detail. I was stunned when I discovered that young Iris had pieced together so much of it from my paltry notes. Shlomes and I discussed the matter and decided that we couldn't allow the story's publication. At the time, I returned the manuscript by post to Shlomes for safekeeping. So you did all that to stop Iris from finding out the truth about her father? That's right, because Shlomes had told me how astute she'd become. However, having witnessed events in court today, I must say my opinion is somewhat shifted. Oh? I think at some point in the future, time will come for Iris to know the truth. When it does, well, I believe it will be for the best. I think so too. Actually, Professor, I want to talk to you about something too. Judging from that expression, I'd say you come to a decision. Have you? Yes, have. I will be returning with you to Japan. Are you quite sure? I'm really only here as a substitute for Kazuma. But he's here in Britain now, originally as attendant. Locum student Naruhodo doesn't really have a right to stay, I think. I see. I'm back now. When I first arrived here in February. My becoming a lawyer just seemed to be the way things turned out. With Kazuma, Susato-san, and Mr. Shlomes all gently pushing me in that direction. I spent the best part of a year immersed in this world, but always aware of a seated doubt inside me. Until today. Standing in that courtroom earlier, all doubts vanished from my mind. I was totally focused. I was just so sure of my belief in my client. I was sure I could see the trial through. At the end of it, I finally realized no one else chose this path for me. I chose it myself. The path of a defense lawyer. Yes, that's what I am now. That's what I'm gonna go back with you to Japan as. That's the path I'll be following for the rest of my life. Well, sounds like you've made quite a resolution there. I have. Very well then. I must say, it's extremely welcome news. I shall make arrangements for your return first thing tomorrow. I don't imagine we depart for a few days. Not with the symposium having been cancelled now. Such a shame. Never mind. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities in the future. Well then, I'll bid you good night. Susato-san! I just wanted to let you know I'm back. Did you, hear what your father and I were discussing? I'm sorry, I did. Yes. I couldn't help but... Oh, how much did you hear? Well, from the part about Iris's real father, I think. In other words, from the beginning. So you made up your mind. You'll return to Japan and continue working as a defense lawyer. Ah, yes. I'm sorry, I really should have consulted you about it. I did want to earlier this evening, actually, but you've already gone out. Oh no, that's quite alright. I already knew that's what you decided, Naruto. You did? Sasato-san? Yes. I suppose this means it has to be farewell soon. I suppose. It'll be a great help to Kazuma going forward. I mean, I know he's a brilliant lawyer, but he's new to the British courtroom. He'll certainly benefit greatly having a brilliant judicial assistant at his side. I'll do my very best. Wish I could say it. I just can't. Can't ask her to come with me. After all, I was always supposed to be coming to Britain as Kazuma's assistant. It's growing late. We should both try to get some sleep. I'm sure you must be exhausted after today. Oh, yes. You're right. Before I retire, let me just say one more time. You really are quite splendid in court today. So if you ask me, anyone who thinks of you as a substitute or a locum should be ashamed of themselves. Sato-san. Thank you. The 7th of November, 5:42 a.m. Port of Dover, Blackside. I believe this day's finally come. You're really leaving then, Runo? I'm afraid so, Iris. Thank you so much for everything. I don't know what I'd do without your wonderful cooking and delicious tea. Wish you weren't going. But you have to come back and visit. Say you will. Of course. I promise. Well, it was a very brief reunion, but it was a pleasure to pursue a case with you again. after so long. For a while, at least, it felt like old times. Yes, I suppose, on reflection, there's something to be said for it. Having a little fun once in a while. I'll just go and say goodbye to the professor as well, I think. Alright, Iris. You do that.
Susato-san.
I've just checked, Naruhodo-san. Your luggage is already on board. Such a beautiful morning. Perfect for embarking on a journey, isn't it?
Before I set off, I'd just like to say how thankful I am for everything you've done for me. And give my warmest regards to Kazuma, please.
Actually, I think you ought to give him your regards in person, don't you?
Sorry?
Ryunosuke.
Kazuma! What are you doing here?
Do you really think I'd miss my best friend's departure?
Thanks. To be honest, I'd been looking forward to our wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's capital, but,
Well, we'll have to save that for another time. Personally, I'm looking forward to facing you in court again.
Me too. But, we're both defense lawyers, so,
I'm going to become a prosecutor. I'll stay in Lord Van Zeek's tutelage for the time being, but before long, I intend to be just as formidable as the Reaper himself.
Oh, I see.
Actually, Ryunosuke, I have a favor to ask.
Name it.
I'd like you to take care of this for me for a while.
I'm just saying, gay. Homosexual. It just, boys love.
Karuma? Why?
Because I've seen it now. I've seen what's inside me, the demon that reared its ugly head that day. It was only for the briefest of moments. The last time I came face to face with that inspector. But it was unmistakable. I wanted to kill him. I've always known there are demons that live inside people. And now I know there is one in me. The fact that it very nearly consumed me is something I'll carry with me until the end of my days. While I devote my life to fighting those whose demons have got the better of them. As a prosecutor.
So, that's what you've resolved to do, is it?
Until I'm ready to face the demon within me. To slay it once and for all. I leave this in your care. If you'll take it.
This is practically a marriage proposal. Am I wrong? Am I wrong on that? Am I wrong?
Of course I will. I'll keep it by my side. Always. Until we meet again, then. You have your path to follow, and I have mine.
Naruhodo-san? The path you're going to follow from now on, I wonder if I might follow it at your side, and unless I'd be a burden.
What? I mean, I would very much like you to come with me. But aren't you...
You're so predictable, Ryunosuke.
I am?
Honestly, you never change at all. But that's what I like about you.
You mean you knew about this?
It was the evening after Lord Van Zeek's trial came to an end. She came to see me at the prosecutor's office.
Really? Oh, when I had that conversation with Professor Mikotoba.
So, you'd go with Ryunosuke back to Japan?
Yes. I know it's unfair of me to follow my own interests like this.
Coming here especially to tell me. You're a stickler for etiquette, aren't you? Well, what are his feelings?
We've never discussed it, of course, and Naruhodo-san has made no such suggestion. I worry that perhaps I'd be a burden to him.
He's just as much of a stickler for etiquette as you are. He'd never say anything before he was asked. But I'd feel happy knowing you were with him. Look out for him on my behalf, will you?
Of course.
Susato-san.
What do you think, Naruhodo-san?
With you by my side, no trial would seem too daunting. So if you're willing, I'd be honored if you'd come with me. Together we can take on the world.
I'm terribly incompetent, but if you'll have me, I'd be delighted.
Oh, no, not at all. If anyone's terribly incompetent, it's me. Ah!
What's wrong?
Your luggage, Susato-san. There's no time. The ship's going to set sail any minute now.
It's all right. There's no need to worry. As it happens, my luggage is already on board too.
It is?
Your fine judicial assistant has everything in hand as always, I see.
Ryuno! Your ship's about to leave!
Time to go then. Look after yourself, Ryunosuke.
Kazuma, draw your sword.
Ooh!
One day, when our paths cross, once more, we'll fight a duel of words across the courtroom. A day I eagerly await as a lawyer.
I've been waiting to hear you say that, partner.
Don't forget me then, Kazuma.
As if I could, Ryunosuke.
And Mr. Sholmes, thank you so much. I'm very much indebted to you.
Indeed, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe you are.
I'll never forget all you've done for me during my time in London.
Quite. I should like to think you will remember your debt of gratitude. Especially when I visit you in your country. What? The truth is, although many are ignorant of the fact, the world is far smaller than most folk realize.
Well, I'd be delighted if you came to Japan one day.
Oh yes! Would welcome you with open arms, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, that sounds wonderful! I can't wait!
In that case, let us conclude that this is to be merely a brief parting, my dear fellows.
And that brings us to the end of my adventures in Great Britain.
Oh!
A peculiar twist of fate brought me halfway around the world those many months ago. But that was just the start of my journey. Who knows where fate will lead me next? Still, I'm confident this won't be my last meeting with the friends I've made in London. And when we're together again, no doubt the first words I'll hear will be,
Come, the game is afoot.
The ship, with our friends from the east, sailed steadily towards the distant horizon. But Sholmes's face was alight with joy. The times may change, but a steadfast friendship will remain true, Wilson. We have but to gently close our eyes, and we are with our companions once more.
So I do just that. And when I do, I can hear his strong, familiar voice ring out.
Objection!
Oh, that's sweet.
Until we meet again, Runo.
Yay! That was the great Ace Attorney. To resolve. My goodness. I don't know if it's my favorite Ace Attorney for sure, but there's something whimsical about it. It's just absolutely just a wondrous little thing. But they always have all these little cutscenes and everything. My goodness. It's really cutesy and fun. I had a really good time with this. I definitely like Iris a whole lot. I hope they like either age her up a little bit or like give her a more prominent role, because like I feel like both versions of the game, the first and second one, don't give her enough screen time the way that I would want to. It's very odd because Gina gets a lot more screen time than her, I would say, when it patterns out. Like, Brock Von Zieks, I genuinely was surprised was such a good turn of, like, he basically just learned not to be racist. Like, it's pretty funny that was his character arc entirely. Like, it was just like, don't be racist. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Oh, I love the little... I love when credits are like this. When it gives like a nice little thing and everything. Oh, little Gina. I really hope Gina comes back as like a full proper detective. Oh. Chief Inspector, let's go. You just know Gina's dealing with a lot. Like, that's pretty much her father figure that died. Oh? I was surprised to find out that Grayson was kind of like, quote-unquote, a bad guy. I was definitely thinking that maybe, like, throughout the trial it might change out a little bit differently. But it's kind of here or there about the whole situation. I am surprised to find out that effectively, the third case is technically a little bit longer than either the fourth or fifth case. But the fourth and fifth case together is longer than it. Like, it's a little bit surprising because, like, I think Ace Attorney is understanding when to stop padding out things so much after either they learned from 6 or they didn't learn. No, because 6... Wait, no, 6 was a part of the 3DS. What came first? Oh, I don't even remember. Also, really love Gory. Gory is so cute. She is such a cute little goth girl. I kind of realized that people ship Gory and Gina together, which I didn't realize. Because, like, I didn't meet Gory until, like, probably 2-3 months ago. And just, like, she's really cute. I get it. I get the ship. I get the ship wholeheartedly. It's really cutesy. But I do like Dr. C. I'm a little bit sad that she turned out to be the bad kind of baddie. Not the baddie. But hey, whatever. I think they're both really cute. Was surprised at certain returning characters for sure. I do like Hairbrain. I think Hairbrain was a fine addition. He was very, very quirky with his way of thinking things and whatnot. And I really like the idea of pushback from your witness, your defendant, simply because they're just a little bit too autistic, as it were. That's certainly what it felt like to me sometimes. But whatever. Also surprised that she knew everything? 2 spells knew everything. She knew what was going on with the whole situation. That's kind of insane when you think about it. But she's kind of a badass. Like, I love her so much. She is so cute. She pretty much had everybody wrapped around her finger for the most part. Oh, just look at that. Look at her. She's so cute. Vigo got sent to prison? That's kind of sad. I don't think he deserved that. I don't think Vigo deserved that. There's a lot of people here that were punished for just simply being near the judicial system. It's kind of, like, messed up when you think about it. But, yeah. Oh, that's cute. She still loves her husband. I love to see it. I love to see marriage couples be really cutesy and fun. I am genuinely surprised at the twist that Cosmo is still alive. I am very happy they did not, like, dwell on it too much. It was pretty much the third case's reveal part to it and everything. Like, I'm so glad they didn't, like, kill your quote-unquote mentor. I'm so tired of Ace Attorney games doing that because, like, Mia is such a wasted slot despite everything. Like, Case 2, like, Mia should have been, like, the case for, like, situation going down of who really did what. And it still makes me sad to this day that Mia isn't really a part of Ace Attorney. She's so cool. Like, I just want, like, an Ace Attorney of Mia the same way that we got, like, Cosmo to come back, you know? Like, that way that character is explored more. Also, so to sound, I'm really happy that she got her own little case to go with and everything. And you're so cute together, Susato and Naruhodo. It just, all the characters just kind of work as this little found family trope situation that makes me really, really happy with its whole situation. But overall, this game was a lot harder than I thought it would be. I definitely feel this is the harder of the Ace Attorney games, but I love it dearly. I really, really, really do. Oh, he filled in the Dorama doll! I just noticed he filled the eyes! That's so cute! That's it, everybody. That was the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Thank you for watching. The Yuri girls together. Yes, please. Go Yuri. Little kitty cats. Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. And sayonara. Bye bye.